recording now. Don't forget to remind me to stop the recording. Okay? So you want to do this using congruent corresponding angles. Alright? And this one is a little more tricky than some of the other ones. So I'm going to try to do this with my virtual compass. Maybe I'll be able to, maybe I won't be able to. So corresponding angles, and so say I want to draw a line parallel to this line that goes through this point, okay? So the first step you do is you make a transversal. Do you remember what a transversal is?
No.
You should have learned that from that lab we did. A transversal is a line that goes through this point and hits this line in some place, okay? So what I'm going to show you how to construct is you want to make a line going this way. And you say, well, why don't you just draw, blah, blah, blah. But I want you to do it by constructing corresponding angles. So first you draw a transversal. It doesn't matter if you draw it this way or straight up and down. But all you want to do is draw a transversal. I would draw it at an angle. Okay? The easier way to do this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy. See this angle right here? If I copy this angle right here up to up here, you see that? Then when I put this line through that angle, it will make parallel line. Okay, so
Wait,
we'll
you're
see.
making it parallel to the bottom line?
I'm making it parallel to the bottom line through this point. Okay? So first thing I want to do is take my compass. I always lose it. There it is. Okay? Compass. And I'm going to take it, and if you remember, I am going to make an arc. You okay there, Ellie? Or whatever is making noise. So I'm going to make an arc on this angle right here. So I'm going to move my compass to about here. It doesn't matter how wide your compass is. Okay, it can be like that. And I'm going to drag this such that I have an arc over it. Arc over there. Got that? Isn't this cool? Watch what I'm doing. It's really cool. Okay. So then I'm just going to remember that this is 81 degrees. Got it? And now I'm going to take my compass and I'm going to put my point right here. Okay, this is where people get confused. Because this was my vertex of that angle. So I'm going to put my point on what's going to be my vertex of my new angle. Okay? I'm going to keep my compass the same width. Okay? And now, how do I have to swing it? I'm going to swing it up so that it meets that line. See what I did?
Yes.
Okay? So you should have something that looks like that. And you have to make sure you make that arc big enough such that when I measure across there, right, you're going to hit that, you're going to hit the sides here and somewhere down here so that it's going to, okay? Now,
Hold on.
has everyone done that?
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm going to pick up my compass. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a point here, just to show you. I'm going to point here, and I'm going to measure across. I'm going to measure across that angle right there. So I'm going to take my compass, try to turn it around. Okay, it's not the same setting anymore, and I'm going to put the point on either one of those 2 points, like right here. Okay, and then I'm going to put it on that point. So I'm measuring, using it as like a calipers. You know what calipers are? They're things they use to measure very small objects. Okay, so I'm measuring across this angle from there to there. Okay, and I'm going to just to show that you've done it. You should draw a little mark right there. All right, with me there? Yeah. So far. Now I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to put, you got to keep the same angle, the same spread, okay? So with mine, I kind of have to flip mine around upside down. Yours might not have to go that way. And then I'm going to move it over here. I'm going to make sure my setting is the same. I'm going to set this to 70 degrees again. Okay? And I'm going to make sure that the point is on that where the line and the arc intersect. Got that? And now I'm going to swing this way. Okay? And I'm going to put a point right there. And when I connect this point to that point, I should have two parallel lines. Now I'm going to start here. I wonder if I can do this. Go through there. I'm going to take it a little bit. Okay? So I think with this thing I could stretch it. Let me see if I can stretch mine. So you could use your ruler and stretch through all the way, but this won't want to be allowed to do that. So I'm just going to stretch it out. It's supposed to do this. Anyway, but
okay, I don't know if mine's very
Yeah, mine doesn't look parallel.
it takes practice. Not everyone can be a professional like me. Okay. But wait a minute. I gotta pause. You remember? So what I'm gonna do? Basically, I'm gonna take you to it. Just sketch what I'm gonna do. Okay? I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna draw a transversal just for kicks. I'm gonna make it the other way. And then what I'm going to try to do is take this angle here and copy it to up here this time. And if those two are congruent, then those lines will be parallel. Okay? So it's basically the same idea. But I'm going to actually do it. I'm just showing you. Just kind of previewing what we're going to do. Pretty much the same. Yeah. So just three different ways. Okay. Just to show you that it works in three different ways. Okay. So with this one, so I'm going to start the same way. I'm going to do a transversal, and again, it doesn't matter which way you make the transversal, so it's going through this point. Okay. I'm going to copy this angle and flip it and put it upside down up to here. Right? So again, I take my compass, I put it, swing it around, make, whoops. It's almost the same thing, right? I'm going to bring it over here, make an arc. I'm going to first put it like there, and make an arc over here. Come on. There we go. See what I did? Remember, I'm at 82 degrees. Take my compass. I'm going to get that compass point up to that point. So now, let's see. This is so much fun. This is really cool. You got to make noises. There you go. Okay. And now I got to make sure you shouldn't have changed your compass. So my measurements changed. So I'm going to make sure I'm at 82, there. Okay, so now I'm going to swing from here and up. Okay? I'm going to go like that. And they shouldn't make they don't need to touch like that. Okay? They shouldn't, because then it gets confusing. Okay? And so then I'm going to come back here. I'm going to measure across this arc right here. Okay? So I'm going to take this and measure from here over to here. And mine's getting kind of cluttered. It's easy. And then you pick up, well, this width, right? These two arcs don't need to overlap like mine do. Okay? Kind of a thing. Okay? And then I'm going to take that same width. My compass is now at 79 degrees. I'm going to put my point on this point.
Wait, is that the point above or below?
On this curve, where this curve intersects this line, okay? Where this curve, and I'm gonna swing my compass back this way, okay? And now, it takes practice, okay? I'm gonna put a point right there, and I'm gonna take my straight edge, and I am going to connect from here to there. And if I did it correctly, I should have a pair of parallel lines. Okay? So,
Wait, what's?
not too bad. Now what we're going to learn how to do is construct two lines that are parallel to each other using perpendicular lines. So say for instance, same situation, I have this line and I have a point somewhere up here and I want to construct a parallel through that point to this line. Okay? Well, if I have a perpendicular to here, right, and a perpendicular to that, then if it's this perpendicular to this and this is perpendicular to that, what's going to be true about this line and this line? They're parallel. Okay? So the steps are, you already kind of know the steps. What you're going to do, you're going to take your compass, you're going to stretch your compass, put your compass on that point, and stretch it, okay, I want to draw it, so that you can hit this line in two spots. Remember that? So I'm going to hit this line once and twice. Alright? So yeah, looks like a smiley face so far, without any eyeballs. Okay. Then I'm going to put my compass on this point and on this point, and this is the same way we do an altitude. Looks like Cyclops? No. And then I'm going to take my compass again and bring my compass down to here. I think I want to do this. And I'm going to put it on this point, and I'm going to swing an arc somewhere out here.
Doesn't matter how big it is.
Doesn't matter how big it is, as long as it reaches out here somewhere so that you're able to cross it, right? So here's one arc, and I'm going to pick up my compass.
Leave it the same, right?
Leaving it the same, yes. So now my compass, I
We
can
do
leave
it
it
the
the
same as it
same.
was.
What? So I'm going to come over, how do I do this with this pen? I have to go to that other point.
Oh,
I like that. How much was that? Do you remember?
no. Yeah, 3 days.
I forget what it was. So I have to go yesterday. How much was it? It was 94. Okay. And I'm going to take this. I am going to lift my compass around. Here's using this tricky. How do I turn it? There we go. You got it? 94, 94, 94. There. I'm going to put this point right there. Now I'm going to cross this arc. Okay. And now, I should have, if I connect this to here, I should have a perpendicular to that line. Isn't that cool? Yes. So now you have a perpendicular here. So this, should be, if you construct it correctly, it's 90 degree angle. So now if I make a perpendicular coming out of here, right?
Yeah.
Then it's going to be parallel. So the way I do that, again, this is a good review for some of you guys, is when I take my compass, I'm going to put it on this point. This is a perpendicular from a point to a line, from a point on a line. I'll make it a little smaller. Right? And I'm going to swing an arc over here. I'm going to flip around. And So this is the same as this, right? It should be the same. Okay? So I have two arcs, this one and this one. I drew in that whole thing
It
right
has to go all the way across, right?
there. It has to hit here and hit here. So that what you just did is these two pieces are the same distance, right? Because they're both radii of the same circle, right? But if you were to think about that. Okay? I'm going to take my compass again, one more time. Compass, one more time. I'm going to put the point where that intersects. Okay, so over there. And I'm going to come over here and make an arc out here somewhere. Doesn't matter exactly where, as long as it's somewhere around the middle. Right? And I keep that same setting. I'll move down to here. And I'm going to cross that arc. Right there. That's what it is. And now, if I connect this point here, that point there, that should be perpendicular coming out of there. If I did it correctly, this one's hard to get exactly perfect, but those look pretty close to parallel, right?
Right.
And so, then I have done that. Next, three different ways you can make parallel lines. And that's also a way, and like in your homework, they're going to ask you to make a trapezoid, okay? And so I'm not going to construct a trapezoid, I'm just going to say you could easily make a trapezoid because now you know how to make parallel lines, right? So if I drew like one line or one line segment from here to here, right? So say they want that to be a certain length, and this to be another length over here, right? So now I can make a trapezoid. There's a trapezoid, right? And so on and so forth. All right, the end. That's the end of my cutting edge video for today. And remember, you heard it right here on Mr. Eater's Cutting Edge YouTube channel. Thank you. Applause, please. Thank you.